It is said that Anton Daniels is offering Kwame Brown an official apology. But the question I want to ask is this apology sincere? See, the problem that occurred is that before Anton Daniels did his research, his investigation, he allowed people to come into his comments and gas him up. And because of that, he began to speak out against Kwame Brown and talk about all of that. He's on my nuts type of stuff. And I don't know why he always like to refer to that. Something wrong with this guy between his ears, but whatever the case may be. He spoke out against Kwame Brown, and now Kwame Brown is eating this guy up. Kwame Brown is on his head because when you look at that video when he was breaking it down between Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels, Kwame Brown was straight down the middle. He was straight down the middle. He didn't show he wasn't biased towards neither one of them. He just called it like he called it according to his own ideology, his own perspective. He said both of them was wrong, and he pointed out why both of them was wrong. And yet, Anton Daniels allowed somebody to come into his comments and get him all riled up, and he went to speaking against Kwame Brown before he had facts. Before he had facts. And this is why now we got people like House of Hypocrites, and let me say this, man, House of Hypocrites been on Anton Daniels' ass. All right? Been on his ass. And let me say no Diddy because I know a lot of you guys out there wicked, but whatever. Been on his ass, meaning he been exposing this guy. Ain't been cutting this dude, no breaks. Okay? And I'm doing a reaction to the House of Hypocrites video called Anton Daniels Get Humble into an Apology. And fair use, fair use, fair use. And go subscribe to the House of Hypocrite page, man, his channel, man. He's doing good work over there. Oh, man.
If that be the case, he said he right about that, Lonnie Clark? All right, well, let me go ahead and issue a formal apology then.
Anton Daniels just gave a backhanded apology to Kwame Brown, which they shouldn't even be beefing in the first place.
There are some foul people in your comment section that need to be checked. They set up the Kwame Brown thing. He didn't say anything about you. He critiqued the video of you and Corey. Your chat came in and lied to you. Now Kwame is beefing with you. So you're saying that we got some agents, huh? Interesting. LeBrack, are you saying that I got agents in here that are sowing seeds of discourse?
Look at it. Look how lame this shit is. This man allowed himself to start beefing with one of his acquaintances or one of his friends. This is the type of character this nigga have. He allowed somebody in the comment sections, some random motherfuckers, to say, hey, Kwame Brown is talking bad about you, dog. Kwame Brown dissing you, dog. He allowed people to put a battery in his back to now go after Kwame Brown. He said he don't beef or give people energy unless it's worth giving them energy. Unless you worth Kwame Brown, first round draft pick, NBA, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Multi-millionaire. Has visibility. He's a content whore, bro. So without even validating what Kwame Brown said, this lame ass nigga just went on a rant. Now he about to say something very important, but he not applying it to himself.
And the House of Hypocrites is right. Like I said before, if he had went on Kwame Brown video and saw him critique it, he would have been like, you know what? Kwame Brown making good points because I am the one that's saying I'm intelligent. I did say that Corey Holcomb is a Neanderthal, right? And because of that, the points that Kwame Brown made, he's right. He's correct. Okay? See, we get so high-minded, we get so big, we think we better and bigger than the program that we think we are beyond reproach. Beyond reproach. Everybody have a right, so to speak, to check us on our BS. And when you're getting checked on your BS, that's your responsibility to respond correctly. And most of the time, if the check-in is right, if the correction is right, that's how you grow, when you respond correctly. Okay? But he's trying to, here you go, play on words and trying to take the accountability off of himself, saying, oh, we must got some agents in here sowing seeds of discourse. No, 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 no. They only doing what they have seen you do before. They only following suit. Just like you went on Corey Holcomb platform sowing seeds of discourse, and somebody say, I didn't see him sow seeds of discourse. Well, you didn't watch the whole show. That's how he sowed seeds of discourse. And he get mad at other people talk about, when you start bringing in my friends, you start bringing my family, I have a problem. But watch this, watch this. You on Corey Holcomb platform, you sowed seeds of discourse by bringing in Darlene. Come on, talk to me, walk with me. Did not he bring in Darlene that had nothing to do with it? Again, you brought in who? Craig Facts. You said, oh, I ain't talking about Craig Facts. Oh, he's just happy to be here. And as Corey Holcomb, he was intelligent enough, which some of y'all think he ain't intelligent. He was intelligent enough to say, oh man, now you run into this. You're trying to turn my people against me. You're sowing seed of discourse. My co-workers, my friends, you trying to turn them against me. And then have the audacity to say that, oh, we have agents in here that sowing seeds of discourse. They only doing what they have seen you do, which you just did not too long ago on Corey Holcomb platform. So he, this guy try to absolve himself of all the accountability, and his fans and his, followers and his subscribers allow him to be able to escape it. And it's so bad, even to the point that this LeBrecht 79, in order to get Anton Daniels' attention, he have to sow a seed of $50 just in order to be heard, to let him know that your people in your comments gas you up to do something that you shouldn't have been doing. But by the way, here's $50.
Nigga twiddling his fingers like a bitch.
If that be the case, you said he right about that, Lonnie Clark? All right, well, let me go ahead and issue a formal apology then. Let me go ahead and issue a formal apology. Because if that be the case, then me lashing out, you ban some people from the Discord too? Okay. Well, if that be the case, and me having to lash out, let me tell you something. When somebody says something foul about certain things, and so I might have jumped the gun then if that's the case. I might have jumped the gun. All right.
It ain't no I might have jumped the gun. No, you did. You did jump the gun. Okay? So just in saying that I messed up, I effed up, this one is on me, I have to say I might have jumped the gun because I allowed some people in my comments to. That's why I tell y'all, man, the scriptures in 1 Corinthians chapter 4 says, judge nothing before it's time. And see, a lot of you guys, you be out here judging things before it's time until you got all of the facts, until you got all of the data, or like some like to say data, right? Until you got all the information for you to make an wise decision, you just jump off the handle and just go and dive into it head first with no understanding. That's why the scripture say, in all thy getting, and I believe that's Proverbs chapter 4, around the 4th verse, in all thy getting, get an understanding. And a lot of you guys, you don't get no understanding before you move. You don't get an understanding before you make a decision. You don't put all of the pieces to the puzzle together before you're able to see the picture clearly. Okay? And then, yes, I'm going to run this storyline into the ground. Because like I said, I can use it. Yeah, y'all may think it's a distraction, but I can use this as talking points that bring out reality. Okay? And again, here go another talking point. And I'll tell y'all time and time again, my advocate for the scripture, Proverbs chapter 19. I think it's the first verse. He that hasted with his feet, sin. What is you saying? Hasted with your feet. When you quickly make a decision, you're going to mess up. You're going to mess up. And he clearly messed up. He hasted with his feet. He clearly messed up by making a decision before he had all of the pieces together, before he had all the information, before he had all the data. And now he had to, let me give out an official apology. What is we talking about? You wouldn't have to apologize if you would have waited. If you would have did, like I said, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, if you would have judged nothing before its time. And how dare people, especially you as men, force people to force you to make a decision? I know that sounds crazy, but that's the case. A lot of you guys, you force other people to force you to make a decision. He just did this. That's why I said this guy playing your face. Well, what you mean how he forced people to force them to make him make a decision? There's this. He read all of this on the screen. Watch this. He read all of this on the screen. Then he forced them to force him to make a decision by saying, is that true? LeBrack 79, is that true? And then somebody else had to come on it and say, yes, it's true, I saw it. So he forced the people to force him to make a decision. Men don't operate like that. I don't need to force the people in order to make them force me to make a decision.
I don't have time to watch 6-hour live streams. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have time to do certain things. What I did see, though, I'm gonna tell you what I did see.
His fake ass ain't even apologize. Well, let me go ahead and nigga say, Kwame Brown, I apologize. Just say it.
I did see somebody that used to be on my Wednesday night shows on there
Freezy
saying foul shit, and that was
no captivity. Shout out Freezy. That's how you a content hoe. And which is cool. You ain't gotta mention nobody's name, bro. Niggas getting a bag off your name for calling you out, exposing the true you. I've seen cowards act like this particular man, bro. Nigga he ain't got no character, he ain't got no goddamn backbone. This all performative. But you allow random people put a battery in your back to attack one of your friends, and you don't see why niggas are detaching from you? Oh, they used to be on my platform. You don't see why?
Kwame Brown used to be on my nuts. It's the honest to God truth. Hey man, I like what you're talking about, bro. I like it. Used to be all on my nuts. All the time. All the time. Used to be on my nuts. All on my nuts. I'm keeping it 100. But I understand that Kwame Brown, after his whole thing with Gilbert Arenas, and from a business perspective,
something wrong with this guy, man. I'm telling you, man, when you look at men that always talking about something like this, you suck so-and-so. You always sucking my so-and-so. You always on my nuts, man. Guys like that, stay away from them, man. Something wrong with them, man. Something is seriously wrong with them, man.
His whole thing with Gilbert Arenas, his whole thing with Stephen A. Smith, Kwame Brown caught a wave. He caught a wave, and that's how he was able to build up his platform to get to whatever his subscribers is. But Kwame Brown hit a ceiling. Because what we all...
As has been pointed out on one of my other videos, doing a reaction to Carcino, no, it's not that Kwame Brown hit a ceiling. It's two things that's going on right here. Kwame Brown didn't hit a ceiling. Kwame Brown been targeted by people in the YouTube content creation atmosphere. Okay, he's been targeted. When you go look at his page, he's been targeted. Okay, a lot of people come out because they didn't realize that Kwame Brown is very intelligent. They didn't realize that he's able to speak well for himself. They didn't realize that he's versed in a lot of subjects and topics. And so they looking like, oh man, we got to find a way to shut him down. So let's continue to talk about him. Let's dog him out instead of hearing that this guy actually know what he's talking about. So he's been targeting. Number two, everybody's not willing to sell out. Okay? Not willing to sell out. So you have a lot of people who get up to 500,000 subscribers, you know, your Corey Holcombs, your, you know, O'Shea Duke Jacksons, AMS, people like that. And you have, I can't think of the other guy, Stephens Cole. You got people like Dr. BOA. I'm just throwing out some people who get up to that, what we think is a ceiling. No, they are there because that's where they are allowed to max out at because they're not willing to sell out. Okay? Not willing to sell out.
Realized was that Kwame Brown wasn't as good as the wave
And
that he
also,
was
let me
riding.
interject right here also. And not just not sell out, they are happy where they are. They're happy at where they are. And they use their platform for what they really got going on outside of being a content creator. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand. Content creation is part of the, thing that they got going, the motion that they got going. It's not an end all be all for them. Okay? They just utilize that to add to what they already have established. But you got people, and I'm not taking nothing away from Anton Daniels. This guy, when it comes to being a content creator, you want to see many people outworking him. And like, a lot of people say Tommy Sotomayor, he's another one, but he's a full-time content creator. Other guys is not full-time content creator. Again, Corey Holcomb only come on once a week. Okay, do his podcast once a week because he got motion as a comedian. You see what I'm saying? The AMS and whatnot, they got other things that they full-time do. Content creation just an extension of what they already have in place. So they are not full-time content creators. So to say that somebody hit a ceiling, Kwame Brown, who was an NBA player, who got other things going on, and he'll tell you what he got going on when you listen to his content creation, right? So they got other things that they got going on outside being a content creator. So you may think they hit a ceiling. No, it's not necessarily they hit a ceiling. It's that they are happy where they at because they're not trying to be fully engulfed into this type of atmosphere. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. It's too much else to be getting done in this world. Too many people to be touching, trying to help in this world outside being a content creator, man.
So now, what is he doing? He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure out the content side. He's trying to do all of this. He's trying to do all of that. And I respect it. I respect the game. That's the name of the game. He's not able to grow his platform based off of his own analysis, based off of his own content. And so, he do these dusty ass live streams where it's just him off camera. Yeah, because me. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So Kwame get the stimmy pack like everybody else. But you know what's embarrassing is because Kwame is supposed to be better than the dusty niggas that he's spending all of his time hanging around. Kwame Brown is a fucking former #1 pick in the NBA. What are you doing panels with randoms that you don't even know? That's for regular, everyday people like.
And me, personally, I give Kwame Brown kudos for that because, like he pointed out, he's an ex-#1 draft pick in the NBA. He played, I believe, 10 years in the NBA. I could have had that number wrong, but be as it may, you talk about he's on a panel with Randalls. That says a lot about him. That says a lot about him, that he's willing to give back and he's willing to help other people. Other people get on just off the strength of his name, just off the strength of his platform. Because from what I can see, apparently he don't portray to be jealous or envious of anybody. He's secure who he is and he got what he got going on with his establishment. Okay? So I ain't mad at Kwame Brown for giving what you like to call randoms. And see, it's people like this who don't want to help out people that's really serious about their purpose, really serious about putting in work, and you're calling them randos, and trying to keep them down. But whatever.
Me that didn't have the back, I see why Jordan was like, man, this nigga soft. Listen. You can't tell me how to analyze and respond to what I am observing.
The problem is you gonna say you didn't have time to watch 6 hours, my nigga. But you responding to some shit you never seen.
Literally listen to your crowd and say, what did Kwame say? You didn't hear nothing I said. You didn't take your time. Remember, the man that don't give a fuck about what nobody say, you didn't take your time and figure out what is it that I said. You automatically went to running your mouth. You automatically say, I don't be outside. Ironically, I'm outside right now. I'm just not new money like you, and I don't act like a jackass like you. I don't have to show that I'm on camera. I don't have to play tough. I'm not you, nigga. You are a fool. But if you said that I'm like a chick, but if I get upset with you, I'm a doer. I'm gonna handle it myself. You get upset with me, you got to call another grown man. What is you talking about? You got to call another man for me. And unlike you, dumbass boy, I turn my camera off because I'm not chasing clout. I don't give a about this YouTube. I don't. You telling me that I want to be a content creator. You go back and look at one of my lives where I'm talking to my brother about being a content creator, you dummy. I know you got a little fetish about sucking D and nuts and all this. I understand you like to talk to men like that, but that's not going to get me out of character. I don't got no wife. I don't got none of that. You do. And I'm going to show you why you should leave a nigga like me alone. And you should leave a nigga like Corey alone, too. But now you want to play tough guy. So let's play tough guy.
He spoke bad about Kwame Brown first. But this dumb nigga gonna talk about, oh, it exposes what they really think about me. No, nigga. You expose yourself on what you really thought about Kwame Brown first.
And House of Hypocrisy, he's right there. He exposed what he really think about Kwame Brown. Yes, he used Kwame Brown to get the little platform experience he had when he was able to come on and talk to Gilbert Arenas, and a lot of people are like, man, how he's on? He delving into the NBA matters now. So he used that. He used Kwame Brown for visibility and whatnot. We get it, okay? But at the same time, even though you portraying yourself to be cool with Kwame Brown, you portraying yourself to be somebody that you can make money with Kwame Brown. But now your true heart feeling about Kwame Brown has been exposed because you allow somebody to come in your comments and, like House of Hypocrites said, put a barrier in your back and get you going like the Energizer Bunny. And it's sad.
He said nothing about you, bro. He critiqued Corey Holcomb and he critiqued you.
That's it. And so it's cool. Listen. If I jumped the gun, then I'm man enough to say that I jumped the gun and I shouldn't have. And so let me take responsibility for that. However, what I do think happened is that I also probably brought out what people was really thinking, but they wasn't saying it until I jumped the gun. So it is my fault and my responsibility if that's the case.
He did what he did, but now he's trying to project on Kwame Brown what he did when he exposed himself first. So he trying to say, oh, they was really feeling this way, and now because they was really feeling the way, they're using it. No. You exposed yourself first, and you said what you've been feeling, and now you're trying to project that on Kwame Brown and other people. No. The jig is up, man.
If he hadn't said anything up to that point, then that's my fault, and I apologize for that. But what I also notice is that people, this is the thing that I don't like. Let me tell you what I don't like. I don't like when people attack the people around me, and they don't keep it on me. See, when I go off on people, whether I'm right or wrong,
nigga, nobody like that. Oh, you can attack my friends. You can attack my my daughter or my wife. Nigga, you started to attack.
Listen, I know how these type of guys maneuver, okay? I was real cool with a pastor that moves like this also. All right? I used to be cool with a pastor back in the day that moved exactly like this and moves exactly like this with his members. Okay? So I know how these guys move, right? And instead of dealing with the top of the hand, he hurried up and switched it and is talking about, I don't like when people talk about people around me. What did that have to do with you allow people to put a battery in your back to talk about Kwame Brown? That have nothing to do with your friends, your wife, your kids, whatever the case may be. Why are you trying to switch the conversation to that instead of being held accountable and issuing out a real apology? Okay? And to go back to something else, you talk about you don't like people to talk. Well, you were just on screen on many people platforms where they are reposting when you were talking about other men, and particularly Hebrew Israelite men, wives, talking about they was dusty, talking about their kids, their breath stinks and they're nasty and they're dusty. And here it is, you talk about you don't like when other people, man, this guy is a big hypocrite, man. Big hypocrite. And I'm glad people like House of Hypocrites is exposing hypocrisy of this guy.
Kwame Brown, because No Captivity, shout out to Freezy, was on his show talking shit about you. And Kwame Brown said nothing. So you started attacking him. Like, get your goofy ass on somewhere, bro.
I'm going at them. When I go off on people, I go at them. When somebody
You ain't go at Freezy. You ain't go at a man that you had a personal show with, who obviously know you, my nigga. Y'all making money together. He obviously know you better than a lot of people that done fell out with you, bro. So is he lying on you? You address these things, but you don't come out and say nobody lying.
attack my daughter, wife, any of that type of stuff, it don't matter what I did. It don't matter what I did, because for me, the rules of engagement is you keep family out of it.
That's not everybody rules, nigga. That is not everybody rules. I agree with you. We should keep family out of this shit. That ain't everybody rules. Cause
Again, you've been a hypocrite talking about keep family out of it, but you brought other people's family into it. You said their wives was dusty. You said their kids was dusty. You said the wives and the kids' breath stank. They are nasty. So what is we talking about, man? What is we talking about? This guy, man, something wrong with him, man. And yet his people will continue to support his bad behavior, will continue to support the stupidity of this guy, even though he's wrong. Even though he's wrong. And they allow him a safe place to land, right? Because he got some type of motion, and these people that's following him, and it's sad for the men, these people follow him will continue to support his bad behavior because they hope down deep inside that one day he'll give them the opportunity or give them the exposure that they are looking for so that they can have some type of motion. And this is why I teach y'all over here on this side of the game, man, make your own way, man. Make your own way. Don't be in a position where you have to support bad behavior, where you got to support wrong, where you got to support people that's not doing right by other people, and they always using, taking advantage of other people, trying to manipulate other people to get where they at, right? And you got to support it because you looking for a handout. You hoping one day that you will be allowed on. No, we don't rock like that over here, and neither should you.
I'm like, man, I can't get to you. I'm going to push your buttons with your family. I ain't going to physically harm them, but I'm going to push your buttons with your family, nigga. I'm going to make y'all feel unsafe.
So for me, like, again, the rules of engagement is that you keep family out of it. Unless they are a content creator or unless they doing all of that, then, you know what I'm saying? If they just regular civilians, you keep regular civilians out of it. So,
nigga, you a regular civilian. You ain't no street nigga. You ain't no gangster. You ain't no tough guy. You are a regular tax-paying civilian.
My part, LeBrack, based off of what you're saying, I apologize for that. But I'm not cool with people saying the wildest shit that they say. And so I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right? It's a new week. I'm trying to be a nice guy today.
Nigga trying to act like a victim. Kwame Brown, he didn't even attack your motherfucking family. We know that for sure. He ain't attack your family. He put scenarios and I could do this, I could do that. Nah, he keeping it on you, bro. You a content hoe. You even do your research. You talking about you don't watch 6-hour streams? Yeah, you do. As content creators, we know quick ways to find what we want. I'm gonna get y'all a bone. This is how I find shit quick. Go to anybody YouTube page. If they got a lot of videos, It's a search bar on their videos, and you can search keywords, whatever you want to see. Boom. If you find that particular video, let's just say Anton Daniels is in the video. If you find that particular video, go to the video, load the transcript, press Control F, and whatever keywords that you want, type in the keywords. It's gonna find that particular point. This is game.
And shout out to House of Hypocrites. And even though, listen, I'm just gonna say shout out to hypocrites because I didn't know that, man. I appreciate the free game, and a lot of people that's been in the YouTube content creation world and who know how to do other things, they like to withhold information because they always want to be paid. But again, I give shout outs for House of Hypocrites that's helping out YouTube content creators, you know, in this side of the game, being able to search and do this. So I appreciate that that nugget, that free game. But anyway, to the next video. Peace.